Hello and welcome to episode 9 of A Personal Branding Story. Now today I want to talk about stretching myself too thin. And this is something that I've been a little bit guilty of, and I haven't been able to necessarily do everything that I need to do at the best of my ability because I try to do too many things. I try to please a lot of people. I try to please myself by thinking you can do so many of these things. You're going to always make the time to create more content, do more, see more, interact more. I thought I could do a lot of that. I thought I could always make the time. If I wanted it enough, I could always make the time. But there has to be a point where things have to break, where things don't quite go to plan because you stretch yourself too thin. I started becoming forgetful. I started becoming tired. I started just not doing things to the quality that I should have done them, or I needed to do them, and wanted to do them. But I also wanted to do lots of these things. I didn't not want to do any of these things. I didn't want to give them up. It was quite hard to decide what to stop doing, where to focus, because I enjoyed everything that I did. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't have done it. Well, I was ended up doing 6, 7 things that I was doing, but it wasn't just doing them every week from week to week. I could drop them I could stop them at the drop of a hat. I'd actually committed to a lot of these things. I committed them for a year, for 2 years, potentially 3 years, some of this stuff. So I know that I don't want to let anyone down by stopping doing any of that stuff. But ultimately, if it's going to be detrimental, then maybe that's the right thing to do. I think it's really easy to stretch yourself too thin. It's also really easy to not do enough. And it's damn hard to find that middle ground where you're happy that you're doing enough, you're progressing yourself. You're continually learning, you're continually developing. But I had that wrong. I'm better than I was a few months ago. Still not right. It's something that I struggle with quite a lot because I'm like my dad, and I can get quite tunnel visioned, and I can block out what's around me. And it's something that you don't want to admit, that you can't do everything to the best of your ability. No one wants to say that they can't do something to the best of their ability because they have too much on. No, I don't want to say no to people because I want to help out. I want to do more. But you have to. And it's never easy. And you don't know until you've stretched yourself too thin that you were stretched too thin. You thought you were managing. You thought you were coping. But actually, I've had it quite tough the last couple of weeks and months. It's interesting. I'm finding it interesting. I'm finding it a learning experience. I'm not taking it as a negative because there's so much I've learned and done. And for me being 26 and having done all these things that I've done in 2018, I look back and go, wow, I achieved a shitload of stuff. But I got the balance wrong in some areas. And that I'll have to live with going forward and say, was that a wasted opportunity? Was that something that I really need to take now? Would that come around again? It's interesting. I find stretching yourself too thin a really interesting topic. I know it's entrepreneurs, as business owners, people who want to develop. You want to do more. You want to do more and better. But you can't keep doing more and better. You can't keep adding. You have to drop something. You have to take something away. And you have to find that balance. And that's never easy. But we have to do it. I'd love to know if you've experienced the same problem. Have you been stretching yourself too thin? Or maybe you're the other way, where you haven't even stretched yourself at all. Why not? How are you regaining that balance between stretching yourself and giving yourself time to sit back and digest what's happened and what you're doing? I'd love to know. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.